to honor and remember Calvin William O'Neill, world and in his life. In earthly years, he was taken from us too young. So many dreams left to live, so much love left to give. But we look back at his life and how courageous, coming from humble beginnings to enter the war, the Navy, facing the most severe adversary the world had ever known at that time. Then on to meet the woman of his life that he loved with all he had, and she him, and to be blessed with 6 beautiful children. As he went on then to build the most magical farmhouse out in the beloved Eastover, where so many dreams and memories came true over the years, all the stories that are told and continue to be told in memory of those blessed and wonderful days. He is blessed now as the father, the husband, the beloved grandfather, and great-grandfather. And we thank you for all that was in his life and all he was blessed with. We ask that you let his spirit dwell within all and to lead their lives as he would have lived his, in truth, honesty, and kindness to his fellow man, always helping those in need. Now we ask that you bless this family as always, and let them live each day in knowing that they were so truly blessed to have a man that loved as hard as their father and worked to strive in happiness. Now keep us all in your kindness, and keep us all in health, that we may enjoy each other in these days and years to come. It's in thy name we pray. Amen. Amen.
This is very difficult for me to stand up and speak about my father, our father, Mom's husband, grandfather, great-grandfather. I think his greatest gift was a gift of love that he shared with us every day of his life. I talk to people sometimes, and there's not a day that I didn't know I was loved. My mother and father always made sure that we knew that we were loved. And I try and share that with those around me and let them know that I too love them, because I was gifted this great gift from my father to be able to know and share love. My father was a master plumber. He was an airplane pilot, commercially rated, acrobatic rated, dual engine rated. There wasn't anything that he couldn't do. He became a great photographer, and one that his work still tours in different areas. I had the great opportunity to work with him at the end of his life, and he became my best friend. And I know that he loved everyone here. Dad still comes to visit me in my dreams. He always shows up in either a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. And he always waves at us, Sean and Jared, myself, as he drives off into the sunset with his engine ready. I told Sean the other day, I'm afraid that the reason he won't let me drive is because if I do, I'll be dead. And he always comes to us as a young man. I see him, the young man that when we lived in Eastover could climb that 40-foot rope hand over hand with his legs parallel to the ground. That's the one I always see. And that's the image I always will love. I love you, Dad. And I love every one of y'all. Thank you for being here.
You know, I was jealous that you saw him. She never did. Her dream. Golden, go ahead. My father was always bigger than life to me. He set such a great example for all of us to follow. He did this by setting daily rituals, from praying together to establishing chores for us to do. I even remember how he taught me how to push a wheelbarrow with a really heavy load and riding a pony. And if you can believe it, he used a bullwhip to do it. Not on me, but the pony. He encouraged us to be the best we could be, physically, spiritually, by being the best he himself could be on a daily basis. It was horrible for me that I could not get home to be at my family's side when he passed away. So I really want to thank Steve for organizing this memorial so I could share the deep emotion of the loss together with all of you. And I just know Jared and Athena love their dad and would have really appreciated that, and I really hope they're here now with us, with the respect and the affection shown here today. Love you, Dad, and I know you're sleeping well and waiting for us and getting that mansion together for all of us when we pass over. That's all I got to say. I don't know if I can even talk. Dad was he was my heart. He was always there for me. I was his little girl. I was the first one. And I think he had a very special place for me. I always knew he loved me. I always knew Mom loved me. But Dad was kind of really took me under his wing. And you know, most of us girls are Daddy's girls anyway. I guess he only came to me one time only, and that was right after he died. And I think he's really mad at me because I've never been able to let him go. I've never mourned. I guess it's time for me to let him go now. But you've always been my heart. Thank goodness Steve came along, and I know that God sent him to me. Because he's so much like my dad. And I didn't make you because you're my dad either. But he has the same morals that he had. And he's so good. And he also has Dad's heart that is so full of love. And that's the way I will always remember my dad. And I do always regret the night that he died. I was sitting in my office. He came in my office, and I had some of his favorite candy sitting on my desk. And he said, "Can I have one of those?" I said, "Of course you can." And he got it. He looked at me. "Don't tell your mama." I said, "Daddy, I won't." But I just felt the urge so much to get up and hug him. And I did. And I regret that so much. I wish I would have went by my urge to do so. I guess that was the way the Lord was telling me, you're not going to see him again alive.
But anyway, I think that he still knows I love him. And Dad, I promise you I will try to let you go now. It's time for me to close this chapter. And thank God I got my mom. She tells me such beautiful stories and has so many memories. And I still want you to write them down so we will have them continued. I would love to create a book for that. All of you, my brothers and sisters, I love you all. I know sometimes I get ornery, and I know sometimes y'all got really get mad at me. But I don't know, maybe I'm bipolar, I don't know. But I do love you. And Pat, I'm so sorry I picked on you as a little kid. I just loved picking on you.
What, really?
Well, anyway, and my little baby brother right there, he was so sweet. He was always, I could still see him on Sunday. Mom would dress him up really pretty, really nice. Oh, he would look so good. Time to go to church. His clothes were all messed up. And Mama looked at, Sean, what happened to you? And she would just so nice, just put his clothes back together. And by the time we got to church, his clothes were all messed up. But anyway, I have enjoyed my life, and we have missed Golden so much. I just wish and pray that they would have settled over here instead of Australia. But you know what? It wasn't meant to be. It was meant to be where you are. God had a plan for all of us, and that was his plan for you. You've got beautiful children. You've been very blessed. And you know what? I'm going to say just one more thing, that I love you. I always will. And I hope to see you soon, but not too soon. And I hope I get to heaven to be with all of you. And I know y'all are partying without me, but that's okay.
No.
I love you. And tell Jared and Golden, I mean not Golden, tell Jared and Athena, give them a great big old hug and kiss for me, and tell them I love them too. Good night. We'll see you in a better life. Love you.
Well, I hadn't planned on saying anything, but I feel pressured because
Me either.
everybody else was
I
saying
didn't
I'm
know
saying
that
something.
pressure.
But I know I love my dad, and he loved me. And all these years later, that I can still feel the love. Even when I go do a little bit of plumbing somewhere, I remember Dad teaching me and Pat and going out to the jobs, even when Pat stayed up all night long and fell over in the ditch. we had some crazy times. But we had some great times, and he taught me so much. He taught me so much about principles of life and how to apply yourself, and you'll do well. Never worry about the money. The money will come if you do a good job. And that's one of the things I've always lived by. Never worry about the money. Do a good job and it'll come. That's the way I've always worked myself and did, and I've always tried to live up to his principles and stuff that he's outlined for me. And taught me so much. The short time I was really there with him, even though growing up I was a mama's boy. Mama used to take me everywhere. I get mad and pout whenever she didn't take me. But Dad taught so much, and I know he's up there with Jared and Athena taking care of them now. And it's just a joy to be around such great people like
around us now. I'm really enjoy Calvin being there working with us now, and he really does a good job with us. And it's a joy I can still call Pat up, and he helps me with plans and stuff. And Sandy, I call Sandy all the time, and Sandy calls me, and I talk to Steve all the time. And Cindy tells me the stuff, and I don't argue with her. She's usually right. It's all about the whole family and enjoying each other. And even though we argue, whatever, we get along, we still love each other. And even though why did you do that? I don't know. Don't ask me. Ask Golden. Or ask Sandy. You gotta talk to Mom about it. But anyway, we all still love each other and like each other. We're all there together. We all love each other and respect each other. And
That's true, like
I
the
just-
foundation he laid.
with the foundation that he always said, build your good foundation, and the rest is easy.
That's beautiful.
Everything will stand. Even though through hardships, and this is one of the hardships that we all endure and love each other through it. And as long as we're there for each other, we can endure anything.
That's true.
And I love all of y'all. And I love my dad and brother and sister that's passed. And I miss them. Even though Jared give a hard time with us, and he's so aggravating sometimes, we just choke him. And Thena would argue with me all the time. But anyway, I love all y'all, and I'd do anything for you. And it's all because of Dad and Mom, the foundation they gave us.
That's so true.
I love you.